even though I just dogged on the style, it makes me nostalgic for the poor goopy flip phones that are getting phased out. With so many colors and variations, how could you go wrong with makeup? Well, if it had asbestos in it, I guess. In early 2018, the Food and Drug Administration of the US, or FDA, tested a few samples of makeup products from Klairs, and after finding trace amounts of asbestos in the samples, the FDA warned consumers against buying the products, and Klairs took the makeup in question off the shelves. Klairs didn't make the move to recall the products though, which would be an official request from the store to return the makeup if it was purchased, since it might have a cancer-causing carcinogen in it. Not only did Klairs not issue a recall, but actually questioned the FDA's findings. After claiming its products were safe, the corporate team said that the FDA's tests showed significant errors and that the FDA must have mischaracterized fibers in the products as asbestos. Even JoJo Siwa had to eventually get involved when 2 more products tested positive for asbestos in 2019, and one of her branded makeup sets were among the products. Fortunately, JoJo assured everyone that she and her team were taking the situation seriously and were working to get the products off the shelves and refunds issued, even if the product was opened or used. I can understand not wanting bad press or losing revenue, but Klairs markets to kids. To so boldly just say, nah guys, our asbestos makeup only maybe had asbestos in it. Stop calling it asbestos makeup. And by the way, the FDA doesn't know what they're talking about. Instead of just doing the right thing is just a bad move, all around. The worst part is that the FDA couldn't force them to make a better move either. There are currently no legal requirements for any cosmetic manufacturer to test their products for safety, and there's no requirements for those same manufacturers to comply with FDA authority to recall the products. These couple of instances weren't even the first times that Klairs had been alleged to have asbestos in its products. Okay, so stay away from the ear piercings and probably the makeup, just for good measure. But you're still forgetting that Klairs has so many more products to offer, like pen with fur on top, and tiny infant unicorn toy. I know that these are actually very valid products within the young girl market, even if they're not my thing. It's not uncommon for most stores to source most, if not all, of their items from Chinese manufacturers though, which most of the time will make them cheap and janky. Even if tiny infant unicorn toy is okay, there's still a concerning amount of Klairs items that just aren't. Jewelry, infamously, will often fall apart upon wearing it. Toys will break into pieces. Nail polish just won't dry. Backpacks and water bottles... Okay, I guess you get the idea. Again, it's unfortunately not uncommon in today's capitalist society to get Wish.com quality even when paying the Klairs.com price. Klairs isn't the first mass and cheaply produced product retailer, and it certainly won't be the last. That being said, with its current track record, it's just another bad move for Klairs after already racking up a few others. Klairs made so many bad moves, in fact, that the store eventually filed for bankruptcy in 2018 after accumulating $2.2 billion in debt. At that point, the chain was 56 years old, and some people blamed their financial failure on not moving with the times. Kate Omrod, a retail data analyst, said that the teens who used to shop at Klairs have outgrown it, and it's becoming slightly irrelevant. It just doesn't have that cool factor that a lot of other retailers have, which will appeal to the teen market more. The store is crammed full of low-quality merchandise that can't compete with the likes of trendy online fashion players such as ASOS and Boohoo. I mean, she has a point. Why buy tiny infant unicorn toy and rhinestone fishnet arm warmers at Klairs when the other stores have trendier, probably less easily breakable items? And can I just ask, how does a business keep operating even after telling the government, hey, I don't have any money left? How does that work? I don't understand. Since filing for bankruptcy, Klairs seems to continue to try and remain relevant. In the last few years, it's offered officially licensed products from larger brands like Disney and Sanrio, giving a bit of diversity to its products and credibility to its brand. And for Gen Z, there's chokers for your Y2K fashion, trendy toys like Squishmallows, mini brands, and Poppets, and makeup sets that are more mature, reminiscent of the makeup that kids might see their favorite influencers use, and that are hopefully asbestos-free. Claire's has also jumped on the social media train, most notably with a sparsely filled YouTube channel that has a few promotional videos, style tutorials, and weirdly, some of those 3D rendered, oddly satisfying videos with the soothing music and squelchy sounds. I don't know if seeing these nail polish bottles be filled with animated bubbles of product are the trick to reeling back in customers after bankruptcy, but you do you, Claire's. I know I've been ragging on them, but to the credit of Claire's, I think part of their failure comes from an inevitably evolving timeline. Mall culture in general isn't what it once was in the 1980s when it took off, and it definitely isn't what it was back in the 2000s and 2010s when I would visit Claire's. It's just not as popular for kids to window shop through the mall and laugh at the adult toys in Spencer's anymore, which I think is probably largely due to the overtaking of the digital age and the internet. So maybe Claire's did have a point when they squeezed that lip gloss out of the virtual tube. I still personally won't be buying anything from Claire's anytime soon for a variety of reasons, and thankfully I already have my ears pierced. I'll be interested to see if Claire's continues to make the same mistakes and keep up the same image as it has in the past, even after decades of time to adapt. But in the meantime, if you really can't go without one of those rings you saw on sale at Claire's, just remember to hold on to your receipt. Just in case.
Doing I will say this, as someone who was once a child, you don't need to go this hard. But honestly, what's amazing to me is, look at the end result. Look what they did. That's actually pretty damn good. The only really big difference I see here that's worthwhile is that you didn't add as much grass, which I imagine is just because you didn't have enough. But regardless, if we switch on the child brain within all of us, I mean, I'm rather old, so give me a second to get into that mindset. Oh, hang on. No, mine's already on. Have I not turned that off yet? Anyway, I think, regardless, as a kid, I think this would be amazing. The tasty stuff was barely included, while the cheap stuff was.
Nabber sticks for...
Never mind, not gonna pronounce that word because it sounds like something else and I'm too white to say that. But I love the clear insinuation for 2 sticks. Noticing one there, noticing just one. They are banking on the fact that hamsters can't file complaints. Turns on the subtitles to understand the foreign language. The subtitles. Yes, why? Please, I need to know why this is done. What is the frickin' point? Unless their ethnicity is principal to the plot, I am already aware that they are speaking something that I can't understand. My wife got sucked in.
Sausage. That's it. Oh yeah, and grits. Some delicious eats by Cardia Brown.
Unlike Gordon Ramsay's bland product, she knows how to make great We're moving on. Ah yes, the American Hungry Jacks. What with their silly, different, and lesser quality name because Jack isn't in it. Anyway, fried chicken wrap, that's how it's advertised. Let's see how it's in real life. Oh wow, a pocket square. Half a chicken breast and 5 pieces of little lettuce that's all watery. Let's compare the images. Wow, look at that. I can see there's the tomato too. Can you see the tomato in the real life image? There it is.
It's a bed and shh, the chicken is sleeping on the tomato. Don't wake it up. This Schmidt right here is why they're getting sued.
Where is my sugar?
Presenting Harry's
mini trousseau. Hey, squapelle. You want your dandruff on your bread? I don't give that to you, cause I recently shampooed.
Longhorn Steakhouse Sweet Potato. Oh, look at that delicious display of sweet potato with the cheesy drizzle. Is that some cinnamon on the top? Oh, it better be that. Honestly, that's an amazing combo. Get some paprika and cinnamon and just spice that up on your sweet potato. Oh, what a good time. Anyway, here we have they kept the, what is that, the warts?
No, roots, that's...
That's what I'm looking for. This honestly looks like one of those brained things in Baldur's Gate 3. What they tell you they are feeding your kids versus what they are actually feeding your kids. Gonna need the kids on the block to verify for this for me, because I've never been to a school where they actually provide you food.
What is a reimbursable meal?
Your student's tray should consist of at least 3 of the following components, one being a fruit or vegetable, in order to be reimbursable and served at no cost. A. Fruit. B. Vegetable. C. Meat alternative. D. Grain. E. Milk. So let's just look at the image there once more. 5 different little sources of nutritional value. Is that what your food looks like at school, or does it look more like this? Chips, pizza, and sauce. I mean, you got the vegetables, and you got more vegetables as a sauce, and you've got vegetables as a paste. And hey, that pizza's got some milk on it, just, a different kind of milk. Texture, sort of. Now, it may seem like there's only 3 things here, but there's technically 4. See, they purposely burnt the chips because that's to give a little bit of carcinogen in all your daily meals. There was an attempt. Happy birthday, happy birthday, happy birthday.